you, like a lot of the centres, have got a really good building there, so there's opportunities for the building. We're looking at what we can do with our new building. We've not long moved in. It's three and a half times the size of what we had, and we've got a great gym now, so we're looking to rent it out for classes. There's, it's much nicer than the village hall. If people do Pilates, do yoga, potentially it's a much better venue. We've got a meeting room that we're looking to rent out. We have rented out. So there's lots of opportunities to exploit the building. And of course, the other area, I touched on it earlier, is expertise. No doubt you, as a lot of other centres, have expert physiotherapists and other holistic therapists that deal with MS and other neurological conditions. There are not many of them around. And we very interestingly had a visit to Swindon from our local neuro specialist from the hospital. She almost had tears in her eyes when she saw the equipment we had and the gym we had compared to what they had at the hospital. So there's a great opportunity there, as we are starting to do, to work to exploit our physio services, and obviously other centres do the same as well. So you've got the building and you've got an expertise that isn't very common, so think about that one. So just finally on what we're doing at National, to sort of talk about how ideally we pull everything together. We're trying to raise the profile of the therapy centres. We now are a stakeholder with NICE, the National Institute for Clinical Excellence. So on MS matters, particularly the one we're talking about at the moment, it's the cladribine trial. Have you heard of the cladribine trial that's going on at the moment? The drug trial? It's the latest drug. We are a stakeholder in that, so they're talking to us, we're talking to them. We're developing a fantastic new database that Hertfordshire and Swindon are going to be 2 of the 4 trialling in, in the next few weeks, I guess it's going to be on site, which will give us tremendous potential in 2 areas. One is at a local level, a fantastic booking system, electronic booking system. So I was operating this morning, we kept getting people turning up saying, haven't you got me on the sheet, haven't you got me on the sheet? And it really is a pain. We're going to have a new electronic booking system. But I think more importantly, what we're going to do is, hopefully all the centres will take it on board, and we'll start to be able to collect the data, and we'll start to be able to use that nationally and at a local level to say, hey, look how big we are, look what we're doing for people with MS. This is what we do, give us some money. So that's what we're looking to do. Fundraising, sharing ideas. We had a very good open session at an open meeting at Swindon actually. All the centres in the room threw in their ideas, what works, what doesn't work, and we've circulated that. Some fantastic ideas came out, and we're now starting to exploit some of those, as some of the other centres are as well. Sharing events. Certainly some centres are starting to talk to each other and say, well actually, why don't we do this together? Actually share something. I can't remember, do you put a team in the MS Challenge? Was there one there this year?
No, we couldn't get a team this year.
Okay. MS Challenge being a good example, we had 4 teams in it this year. We started with 1, we've built that up to 4 over the years. Run by National, great opportunity in the Brecon Beacons to, if you're really mad, to carry or pull or push someone in a wheelchair 12 miles. They told us it's 12 kilometres and it was 12 miles, so I'm just about walking. But it's a good example of where one event, and over the years that's raised hundreds of thousands for various centres. Finally, from a national point of view, we're working with the MS Society, looking to see what we can do jointly with them, because what we don't want to do is keep bumping into each other. And they realise we've got the buildings, we've got the expertise. We had a meeting with them. They actually admitted that one of the physios that their branch is engaged to do physio was an Italian plumber. He had no qualifications to do physio at all, as I'm sure your physios, as well, our physios, every other centre's physio goes through all the loops to make certain they have the necessary qualifications. So they're happy to work with us, and there's some really good examples where one centre in the southwest, not us unfortunately, gets £8,500 worth of income from the MS Society branch each year, which is a fantastic bit of support. Other centres, they use the MS Society buses to bus people across to their centre for therapies. MS Society rents space, pay for physio. In some centres the physio is paid for by the MS Society, open to everyone, pay for counsellors. There's just too many things going on out there to actually mention. So fantastic opportunity there to work closer with them, not to, as some people think, to merge with them. So that's it really. There's lots out there. Challenges, I'm sure every centre has challenges. Opportunities though, there's lots of opportunities.
Can you press on for one more slide?
I can indeed. Any questions? I didn't put that up there actually, that's a bit sneaky. I should have said no, shouldn't I? Any questions?
I noticed you had a database collecting data about the subjects who are under treatment.
Yeah.
And I know that the statistics are impossible to prove one way or the other, but do you have any picture of how much improvement, for instance, hyperbaric oxygen is?
No, that's why one of the reasons we're doing it. What we're hoping to do, and part of signing up to it, will be the centres that sign up to it will say, fine, we're going to give you our data without your names in, of course. It will just be about, numbers, not names. Ideally, what will happen is you would be assessed by your physio or someone qualified to do assessments, and then assessed again and assessed again. So if we can collect lots of data, we can start to say, okay, we've got data from 5,000 people, it's probably not that high, let's say 2,000 people, and that shows that using the standard physio scale, is there physio here tonight by any chance? Anyone remember what there's a physio scale that's used. Using that, we have shown nationally that the improvement is this, and that's really what we want to do. That's the ultimate aim of the database.
That's subjective improvement or actual?
Well, it'd be me asking you on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel today? And you tell me you feel 1. And then next, after your oxygen, I'll say, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel? And you tell me 2. It's not quite that simple,
So
but it's like that. And then when you build that up
Yeah.
to big numbers, you're starting to talk statistically significant numbers. So that's one of the reasons we're doing it, certainly. I think it'd be a fantastic thing.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. But
And you are, Hearts, ourselves, I can't remember the other two. Can you remember, Mark, the other two? There's 4 of us, Harrow, and one other centre are going to be trialling in the very near future.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. But you do need huge numbers
Yeah,
to make it any significant improvement
exactly.
on treatment.
Exactly.
Actually, statistically,
Yeah,
real evidence is very difficult to obtain.
it is. I mean, I talked about my wife earlier. She's been having oxygen for 20 years now, and if she walked in here, you wouldn't know she had MS. Now, we don't know whether that's the oxygen that's done that, but for her, it's her insurance policy.
Exactly, yeah. Yes, because I'm sorry, I'm doing all the talking at the moment. Sorry.
But it's important. The database is important, and it's where we as national and the various centres. I'd love to have that data when I write grant funding applications for Swindon to say, nationally, we belong to this national organisation that does this, has this, and this is the evidence. That'd be a fantastic thing to have to pull out.
That would be good.
Just quick, the drug trial, is that for MS specific?
Cladribine, yeah.
Okay.
I'm surprised people haven't heard of it because it's very much the current one. I mean, along with Trevor, you're nodding. You've heard of it, have you? Savitex is the other current one as well, isn't it? Savitex. You can all get cannabis if you want now. It's being signed off. I don't think it applies to carers though, actually, unfortunately. Any other? I will be here at the end. If anyone wants to ask anything of me that they think of during the meeting, please feel free to do so. Because the one thing I would say about National that I've got out of it, and hopefully I think you're starting to realise, is a great opportunity to share ideas, to share experiences, and actually improve what you do at a local level, because there's 63 other people out there trying to do it, and you can guarantee if you've got a good idea, they can benefit and vice versa. So thank you for your time. I'll probably over one a bit, which I'm conscious, but now can I have my coffee?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you very much.